Nairobi, 1963, Lagos 1967, Chicago 1969, Colombo, Hong Kong, Bahrain, New York. Mark Ford's poems could, several of them, be organized like an airport departure board. Born in Kenya, he had a peripatetic upbringing. There are sightings here of his mother, telling an unfazed Kenyan servant that President Kennedy has been shot, or chasing a thief in Lagos, unaware of how her own voice will sound. Years later, in a poem, "How Dare You," she calls without irony. There are poems about what it means to take leave of yourself. Mickey Finn describes, at entertainingly floundering length, the after effects of having had a drink spiked, and your trainers and wallet stolen on a Spanish train. It seems fitting that Ford should, in his intelligent restlessness, turn out to be an airport fancier. In A Loft, a poem in transit, he writes, "An airport is a delightful retreat for any mind grown weary of the struggles of life." He notes the mysterious, aristocratic sort of pleasure to be derived in watching those with no wish to travel, yet seems unlikely himself to be detained on the viewing deck. The collection's wonderful title, Enter, Fleeing, is a stage direction that sets the tone for what follows, a running away with himself. He quotes Emily Bronte, "Well, we must be for ourselves in the long run." The question that keeps surfacing is how serious he is about himself. It often seems that there is a satisfaction in acting, affecting a limp in Showtime, donning his brother's maroon school hat in Enter, Fleeing, or in Brighton Rock, battering his temples in a fit of mock self-punishment. Never less than amusing, he kindles uncertainty. Where does his ambivalence leave his readers? There is a trace of the mock heroic and an anti-poetic stuttering the jolly R. Roger, SSS softly, YY youth. And while poetry might prefer not to hesitate, Ford twists its tongue. Authenticity is a complicated matter. Sometimes it is easiest to cast oneself as an understudy. This applies, too, in a literary sense. Ford is an academic. He teaches English at University College London, and literature, one feels, is enabling and obstructive by turns. In New York, 1982, he writes, "A loft on Cosby Street, I thought I have employed a bit of Ovid, skilly updated, to explain what happened in it. Is this playful, or a cop-out? Both maybe. Either way, Ovid fails to come up trumps and one suspects that whatever happened in the loft was not much fun." In Viewless Wings, it is Keats who gets caught up in a Hitchcockian, anesthetic-driven bad dream. In A Broken Appointment, it is Thomas Hardy, not Ovid, who is missed. It is a witty flat white of a poem, a pathetic fallacy. Perhaps this is, in part, the side effect of having written a brilliant book about Hardy, half a Londoner. Ford's command of form, evident in his traumatized almost but not quite villanelles Brighton Rock and Drive Away, only serves to emphasize the far from disclosure of the content. But he allows for the pleasures of recycling. No line stays fixed. Linguistic restlessness keeps pace with his own. In Hong Kong, 1973, he describes the way in which he and his sister wrote letters to a wholly fictitious building we'd invented, and yet somehow the letters reached his parents. "Oh, ingenious postman, you delved beneath the words we wrote and discovered what we meant." You need to be a bit of a Hong Kong postman to read Mark Ford write, to discover what he means and get past the occasional false address. Enter, Fleeing by Mark Ford is published by Faber. £10.99. To order a copy for £9.34, go to guardianbookshop.com or call 0330 333 6846. Free UK PP over £10, orders only. Phone orders min PP of £1.99. A Broken Appointment. I opened the envelope. It contained a ticket in my name from Londis Pancras to Paris Nord, departing at 9:17 on the 12th of the 12th, a Friday coach 3-seat 27, non-smoking, and another for returning the following day, at 2:13 in the afternoon, dans l'après-midi, and a postcard of Pierre Bonnard's Le Bol de Lait, and there was just one word on the back, come, followed by an X. Whenever I pour a dish of milk, or dwell on the loop in the sea of her unfamiliar hand, I can't help thinking, oh fart a poem. What a poem Thomas Hardy might have written about this.